Hey, hi everybody, what's up? God, it feels like forever since I've been in this chair recording something, even though it really hasn't been that long. I took a couple of days off for the holidays, and right now, as of recording it, I don't know when it's going to go up, but right now, we are one day away from 2024. And so in the spirit of New Year's, we are going to be improving a guitar, because New Year's isn't just about improving yourself and forgetting about it within 2 weeks, it's also about improving things. Ibanez was kind enough, a little while ago, a couple of weeks, but by the time you're seeing it, it's going to have been last year, to send me this gorgeous IC420 Iceman in antique blue metallic. And while it pretty much became one of my favorite guitars the second I unboxed it, I think there are some measures I can take to make it even better. Because right now, it is already a guitar that punches way above its weight class in sound, playability, and looks, but I think I can make it the absolute uber Iceman of my dreams. So my goal with this project is to turn this guitar into an absolute drop C chug machine. Because while I know that the Iceman is most prominently known for being used by Paul Stanley of Kiss, A, I don't like Kiss, and B, to me, a body shape like this, with that same sort of chunky clunkiness as a Les Paul, is just meant to be riffed on as hard as you can. So while I am usually exclusively a 9-gauge string type of guy, I'm going to set this thing up for drop C with 10s because that feels most comfortable to me. I know I'm going to get comments saying, drop C, the 10s aren't thick enough for drop C. I like it. Alright, I'm not going to tune below drop C with this thing, like ever, because that's the lowest I go in the first place on a 6-string guitar. 10s are fine. So now that I have the goal in place, let's see what I'll be upgrading it with to make that dream come true. For the pickups, I have a set of lace Alumitone Deathbuckers, which I think are perfectly suited for the kind of guitar that I'm going for. I'll tell you the story of how I got these a little later while I'm installing them, because I got them for free, but not from Lace, so, story for a little later. To go with those pickups, because I've been told by multiple people to no end how Deathbuckers will sound like absolute garbage if installed with anything other than 250 kiloohm pots, are 4 all-parts split shaft 250 kiloohm pots. If you've never messed around inside a guitar and instead lived a sheltered, coddled life of always playing everything stock, then this might sound ridiculous to you, but if so, I implore you. Pick one of your guitars, take the potentiometers out of it, read the impedance on the back, and then buy completely new ones with a completely different impedance and install those. It's a night and day difference. This isn't some snake oil tonewood fuckery, this is factual. Also, it's very possible that the guitar already has 250k pots in it. I actually didn't open it up and check, but even if so, I like the feeling of those all-parts pots, they're very nice and smooth, I'll just chuck them in anyway. To replace the stock in-house Ibanez machine heads, I got these awesome Godo MGT locking tuners in gold to keep that blue and gold aesthetic of the guitar alive. What I definitely won't be changing out is this Gibraltar Performance Bridge and the Ibanez Quick Change 3 tailpiece, because they are great as is, and I really don't see how a Golden Tone Pros Tune-O-Matic for €140 would be any improvement over this. And I do in fact really like the quick change mechanism on this tailpiece, because it means you don't have to tug the string all the way back out, you just kind of, take it out at the top. And what I also won't be changing, even though I will be switching out the pots underneath them, are these 4 knobs. Because while they are rubberized for better grip, which is sort of the guitar knob equivalent of orthopedic shoes, they suit the aesthetic of the guitar, and you do kind of get a better grip with them. So what's the holdup? Let's get cooking. First order of business, as usual, taking the strings off and removing the stock pickups. I'll either keep these in my spare parts bin for resale value of the guitar, or I'll put them up on my Reverb store, the link to which is in the description. I put some pretty cool shit up there sometimes, so check it out. Now that those are out, it's time to tackle the pots. I wasn't sure earlier what impedance we were working with here out of the box. Turns out they're all 500 kiloohm pots, so they definitely need changing to accommodate the new Lace Deathbuckers, which we'll get to in a second. For now, I didn't realize the stock pots were of the tiny kind, so naturally the shaft of these all-parts pots was way too thick, and I had to do some resizing. Pro tip if you're doing this kind of work, never drill from the inside, as the exit wound will almost always cause the paint to chip off. I have another blue Ibanez that can attest to it. Drill from the outside. Now that those pots are in, it's time to install the new pickups. And while I'm doing that, let me tell you how I got them. You might have seen that video I made a while back about those crazy huge expensive guitar picks, which are handmade in Switzerland by Patrick Hufschmied. Well, Patrick also makes guitars, and more often than not, those guitars will be packing a set of Lace Alumitone Deathbuckers with his Hufschmied logo etched into them. But a while ago, Lace messed up and sent him a stock set without the engraving, but told him to keep it as an apology and just sent the right one anyway. He didn't have any use for the uncustomized customized set, so he very kindly gave them to me because I always have a use for a nice set of pickups. Now, I was going to replace the nut with a Graphtec one too, since the stock one is made of plastic, which comes with some issues, mainly the fact that it will wear down over time with strings slipping and sliding over it every day. But the way the nut is lodged between the headstock and the fretboard, almost like on a Les Paul, would have made it a nightmare to remove and potentially could have damaged the guitar. So I'll just wait out the decade or so until this nut wears down, and I'm sure by then I'll feel confident enough to change it. Moving on to the tuners, these dropped right in perfectly and didn't require any hole resizing, but that was the reason I bought them, because I really didn't want to be drilling holes around the headstock. The fact that they're locking tuners really only eases the restringing process. A non-locking set of the same quality would have had the same level of tuning stability, but I like easy restringing, plus I use my own affiliate links for gear shopping anyway. As should you, by the way, because if you want any of the stuff I use in my videos, or, really anything else, then Sweetwater and Thomann links are in the description. So let's restring it and take a look and a listen to the Iceman of my dreams.
And here it is, the finished product, the Iceman of my dreams. And what a beast it is. And really, especially compared to some of my other mod projects, I didn't have to change a whole lot with this one. All I did was change the pickups and the pots and the tuning pegs. Now, I had plans to change out the nut as well, but you heard earlier on in the video why I didn't end up doing that, just because it would have been such a pain in the ass and potentially would have damaged the guitar. But overall, locking tuners, lace pickups, 250k pots, this thing is an absolute riff machine.
and I love it. So I suppose thanks again to Ibanez for sending this thing over to me in the first place for me to do this project with, and thanks to Patrick Hufschmidt as well for just giving me these lace pickups to use. Yeah, I bought the rest of the parts myself. Big thanks to you for watching. Affiliate links for everything that I used in this video, all the parts and the guitar itself, are in the description. If you shop through those links, I get a small commission. It supports the channel at no additional cost for you. You know how affiliate links work. Most recent videos somewhere over here. Subscribe somewhere over there if you feel like it. Hit the bell, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you around.